Hey there everyone, I am so glad that you have found my YouTube channel. It is a beautiful day in Washington, North Carolina. It is very warm for December, but a bit windy. And we are busy at work on the Hyatt House. The Hyatt House was built in 1785 here in Washington, well before Washington was Washington. And it has been vacant since 1967. The good thing about that is not a lot of damage has been done. It seems like the 60s and 70s is when people came in and really messed up old homes. So we are doing a lot of demolition and a lot of discoveries. So I'm going to take you inside and show you what we've done the last few days and show you what we found. This room in here, it does have a grate mantle, but the floors are in terrible shape. So one of the first projects that we are going to do is pull these floors up and see if the damage is limited to the finished floor, the subfloor, or the foundation. Hey guys, it's another day over at the Hyatt House. I showed you before that this floor of the room that's going to become the kitchen had some rot. So we got that floor up. There was another hardwood floor under it, but it was also rotten. But it is all cleaned up now. And we're gonna start our attention on that mantle. These floor joists are in pretty good shape. We're just gonna add some additional support. There are some huge beams. I'll get down there and show them to you in a little bit with some scale reference. But this is what I love, is the discovery. What are we gonna find next? Hey, okay, so that rotten floor is out at the Hyatt House. And first of all, check out the size of these beams. I mean, they're huge and they're in pretty good shape. There's lots of brick support, a little bit of rot. This is probably the worst, but they're big too. So we're just gonna sister up a new beam to these things. So now comes the fun part. Now I am gonna start digging in this to see what all I can find. Just kicking around with my shoe. I already found some shells and some bones. That's a cool perfume bottle. I don't know what kind of mouth, skull, whatever you wanna call this is, but I'll figure it out. There's shoes under here. There's just all kind of stuff. So I'm gonna keep digging and see what I find. Good morning, y'all. So we are still peeling back layers at the Hyatt House. And we found something that defies engineering and all, construction standards. That wall right there, it's not bearing on anything. In fact, the hardwood floors run completely under the wall, and this wall and the wall above it for over 200 years have just been bearing on hardwood floors with no support underneath them. So it absolutely defies logic. Now, all that being said, we are not going to put it back that way. I'm waiting on my masonry guy and my engineer. They're going to come over and take a look and advise me on exactly how we should support that wall. But it's just amazing. And it's funny because a lot of these walls slope and sag, and that is not one of them. So it's just amazing that it stood this long. And I'm guessing that wall behind it in the other room probably doesn't have any support either, because all of the beams run this way. And these big boys, they run the length of the house. There's two of them that run the length of the house. And then there's one under that part of the house as well. But there is nothing supporting these walls, which is just, as you can tell, I'm just flabbergasted because it just defies engineering and construction and logic. So stay tuned and we'll see what else we uncover. Okay, so it's the next day. I am over at the Hyatt House. We are in what's going to become the kitchen. I told you I was waiting for my engineer and my masonry guys to come over, and they were like Santa Claus. 2 days before Christmas, they said, we don't have anything to do today. We'll go ahead and knock it out. So they built me some piers. They ran a 6x6 under that wall. Those piers go all the way across. And we are no longer defying engineering and gravity. That wall is now sitting on something, and I feel much better about that wall. I'm actually going to get him to come back because this, let me get where you're not looking at a trash can. This is a 14-foot span. It's a little long, so we're going to get him to come back and do one more pier right here in the center where I'm standing. It's also going to make our lumber a lot cheaper, so we don't have to buy 16-foot lumber. I think I've showed you that we opened up that fireplace. We took the mantle off very, very, very carefully. It has been stored. It's going to be restored and then put right back in place. We are taking great pains to ensure that we save every bit of trim that we can. And any trim that is missing, I have a good friend, an awesome carpenter who can replicate that for me. So, carrying on at the Hyatt House. Oh my God. Look at this wallpaper. Y'all, there's a border at the top. There's a border at the bottom. Oh my God. Whoever hung it did a terrible job on the seams. Didn't even try to match it. That's okay. And then there's another paper that you can see behind it. All right, I'm gonna have to do some research. I wanna try to find somebody who can date this paper for me because, oh my God, it's amazing. Hey everyone, we are over at Hyatt House. I think today is day 10, and you can see we're still tearing down this really old luan that was over that wallpaper. We paused on that because we wanted to protect the wallpaper. So we went ahead and pulled out this ceiling, and this is cool. Looks like maybe at one time there might have been an old stove here. This is like a chimney stack or something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. You can also see we've uncovered a little bit more of that wallpaper that's behind this amazing paper. Everyone I've talked to is in agreement with me that this looks Art Deco-ish, maybe Art Nouveau. I'm really anxious to find out more information about this wallpaper. All through the night, I was trying to figure out how we could preserve it. And I don't think we can. It's not in great shape, but I would like to find the history on it, and we'll definitely preserve a few pieces of it that we can put back in this room as a piece of art. We are busy over here on Christmas Eve and getting a lot done. All right, this is exciting. We have found multiple layers of wallpaper under that Art Nouveau paper. And the best thing is there's some writing on the edges which may help me to identify and date this paper. So, Merry Christmas from Javier. He found some cool paper. So we're going to keep going. Keep going. Hey, there used to be a window there, I could tell. And it was sealed up. The wood changes. Right there were the old wooden walls, and then they sealed up that window. So we know that this wallpaper was done after the wall was sealed, and we know that that blue wallpaper was also there beforehand. So layer by layer, we're gonna figure it out. Okay, so we keep finding intriguing things. I think I showed you this before. It looks like a flue or something that was designed for a chimney, although we don't see anything that goes above that. So the guys worked really hard to preserve it. I'm going to see if somebody can take a look and tell me what it is. We also got the plaster and the lath off. And what you're looking at there, we're pretty sure is the original exterior back of the house. So there's still a little bit of siding left, and we're guessing that that's either original or very, very old siding. So we're going to carefully remove a little bit of that before we cover it back up with sheetrock. You can see, I think you can see the vertical bracing. You find those on these old houses. It looks to me like that siding wasn't painted, which I'm finding is really common in this era house, that for a long time they didn't paint the siding. And there you can see those old wooden walls. There was a window there where the wallpaper clearly is. Somebody patched that wood along the way, and the wallpaper adhered to that wood much better. So, another day, another discovery. So folks, that's a wrap on this installment of Demo and Discoveries in the Hyatt House. We are holding tight in here till we get those new piers and get our structural engineer to take a look. But I think I can just imagine that's going to be an amazing kitchen. Right off that is our super cool wallpaper that we found. I am going to spend the next few days doing some research. If you guys know anyone that is good at dating or sourcing old wallpaper, please comment or have them contact me. So, 2 rooms. We did a lot of work in these rooms, and now we're just going to hit pause. We're going to get my electricians and plumbers in here to talk about what we need to do, and hopefully we're just going to keep peeling off layers. Unfortunately, I don't think we can save the wallpaper. We are going to save this old beadboard, which is great. We're definitely going to save all of the trim in this room. We're going to restore that mantle and put it back. May even try to rewire and restore that light fixture. So, thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for our next installment coming soon.